Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, I'm going to react to infantry weapons of World War II. Now, like World War II, I think they call it the Great War, or maybe that's World War One. Like these guys, the bravery, just to enlist, it's just off the charts, like so many lives lost, so many, families losing loved ones. I'd love to know what kind of weapons did the soldiers have at their disposal? Was it just their rifle? Did they have a pistol as well? What things did these guys have to defend themselves with? And this video has been recommended to me quite a few times. The feedback is excellent. The comments are all really positive. So I'm sure it's going to really paint the picture for me. So let's do it.
Infantry weapons of World War II. The Second World War saw many varied weapons being used by soldiers. Let's look at what was manufactured and being used on the battlefield. The bolt-action rifle.
Rifle, as suspected.
Most soldiers would be equipped with a bolt-action rifle. Rounds were fired individually with the bolt being opened and closed after each shot. The rifle was reloaded by loading a clip into the magazine. The rifles commonly used by the Allies were the Lee Enfield Mark III, and number 4 for Britain and the Commonwealth, the 1903 Springfield for the USA, the Mosin Nagant M91-30 for the USSR. For the Axis powers, the rifles used were the Karabiner 98K for Germany, the Arisaka Type 99 and Type 38 for Japan, and the Carcano Modello 1891 for Italy. As the war
Sometimes I forget that Italy were a part of the Axis. Crazy.
Developed, semi-automatic rifles became more common. These weapons used a gas operation and could be fired shot after shot without cocking a bolt each round. Some of these rifles include the M1 Garand and the M1 Carbine for the USA, the SVT-40 for the USSR, and the Gewehr 43 for Germany. As it was in the First World War, the machine gun was a deadly firearm that changed the nature of warfare. Infantry training centered around the weapon with two types: the heavy machine gun, which was more likely to be used in dugout positions, and the light machine gun, which was more portable and usually magazine-fed. The German MG42 is one such terrifying example of a general-purpose machine gun.
Yeah, Saving Private Ryan, where they were getting getting off the boats and they were getting mowed down. That was a scary scene, man.
Able to fire between 1,200 and 1,500 rounds per minute. Because of this, it was given the nickname of Hitler's buzzsaw. Other noteworthy weapons include the drum-fed and gas-operated DP-28 used by Soviet-Russian forces, the top-mounted magazine Bren gun for the British, based on a Czech design, and the Browning automatic rifle for the U.S. forces. The submachine gun, designed to fire pistol ammunition at a short range, became more developed by the Second World War. Used by gangsters in the 1920s, the Thompson submachine gun found itself in the hands of the U.S. and British armies.
That's the one they call the Tommy gun, I think, right?
During the war.
Yeah.
The British found the Thompson to be reliable but expensive, so developed their own mass-produced SMG, the Sten gun. While cheaper and simple to manufacture, it had a habit of jamming.
Oh, no.
These submachine guns were also distributed to resistance groups in Nazi-occupied Europe. The PPSH-41, as used by Soviet forces, was another cheap machine gun to manufacture and was effective on the battlefield with its 71-round drum magazine. Lastly, the German Army's 32-round MP40 was used extensively by infantrymen, paratroopers, platoon, and squad leaders. Germany produced a new, innovative, semi- and fully automatic assault rifle in the late part of the war called the STG-44, or Maschinenpistol 44. It was a unique in-between of a rifle and a submachine gun, firing a shorter 7.92 by 33 mm Kurz round. It would go on to inspire post-war assault rifles such as the AK-47. The handgun was issued to officers, pilots, and tank crew. They were inaccurate and useful only in close combat. Some of the handguns used were the M1911 for the United States, the Walther P38 and Luger P08 for Germany, the latter of which was prized as a trophy by Allied soldiers, the Webley Mark VI and Enfield No. 2 for Britain and its Commonwealth, the TT-33 for the Soviets, and the Nambu Type 14 for Japan. Flamethrowers were again used in the Second World War after its use as an intimidating weapon in the First World War.
Yeah, that would be intimidating, seeing someone blaring, spitting fire coming at you. Oh.
One such use would be by Marines who used flamethrowers to clear out enemy foxholes and pillboxes in the Pacific Theater. Hand grenades were an integral weapon in an infantryman's kit. They were either hand-thrown or fired from a rifle. Different grenade functions included explosive, smoke, and tear gas. A more primitive grenade was the Molotov cocktail, which was first used in high numbers by Finnish troops against the Soviet Union in the run-up to World War II. Lightweight, portable anti-tank weapons were used by infantry in the Second World War. They represented a metal tube that fired a rocket when the trigger was pulled. The U.S. forces used the bazooka, while the Germans used the Panzerschreck. Now you know about some of the weapons infantry used during World War II. Leave a comment below letting us know what weapon you found the most interesting.
Fantastic video. I mean, just it really put me into, you know, kind of a little bit put me into the mindset and what it must have been like, you know, being on there, like on the front lines, and it's a crazy time. Imagine, you know, the whole world's at war. It must have been such a, it's hard to describe. Like watching movies like Saving Private Ryan and Hacksaw Ridge, you know, they really kind of make me appreciate the sacrifice that a lot, you know, that these soldiers made, you know, like even the ones that came back, seeing all your friends killed must really take a toll on you. Crazy, crazy stuff. Really amazing video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.